Last year in summer, oh yeah, that sucked. We couldn't do anything. It was summertime. What a piece of shit 2020 was. All right. But 2021 is here. We have a fantastic musician, Kristen Ford, who I'm going to bring out in a couple of minutes. We need to just pay a quick couple of bills. So, first thing is, you can support anybody on HAPS by giving them an award. So you'll see on your screen a little award feature that you can give 15 cents. Oh, heck, you can give $75 if you want. Don't do it. I mean, I'll take it. That would be great. But I mean, if you're going to give me that much, just, get my email address. I'll give you my bank card. You can make a direct deposit. But you can also sponsor me on my profile page. So somewhere around there will be a picture with my face on it or something, and click on it and go to my profile page, and you can sponsor me for, $5 a month, $10 a month, whatever you want to do. It's kind of like Patreon. And I do have a Patreon too. If you Google around, you'll find that. But most importantly, the best thing that you can do for me is share this broadcast with everybody. Put it on your IG, because you know what? We are pretty successful in terms of our views and the work that we've done. And I really haven't done anything to promote this other than $15 a week on Instagram. I'm going to dump another $50 a week into a couple of strategies that'll help. Point being is, spread the word, because we do have a good thing here going, and it's definitely worth supporting, I think. Of course I would, though, wouldn't I? So Scooch Case right here. These folks, they're our sponsors. They make cases for your phone. Any kind of phone you got, they've got a case. Scooch it's an American company. They're out of Noblesville, Indiana. I have had some communication with the founder, the CEO. He's a great guy. We are personally pretty aligned, I think, politically and, business wise. I mean, it's a business. He's in the business to make money. So I would imagine being the good communist that I am, would disagree with him on some things. But yeah, he's a great guy, great company, and they're sponsoring us. And I'm never going to bring a company to you that I don't believe in their products, or it's a crap product or something like that. That's not going to happen. Okay. Anything can happen. I mean, for $1 billion, fuck it, I'll share the money with you. But Scooch Case has this really cool feature, which it's like one of those little things you stick on the back of your phone to help you hold it. And then you can set it down and balance it, in the horizontal and vertical position. Closes real easily. It's just a cute little thing, but it's very convenient. So that's Scooch Case. Check them out. They have a wonderful product. All right. Now that's 3 minutes and 50 seconds of time not spent with Kristen. So Kristen Ford, how are you doing? Oh, that was my bad.
Oh,
here you come.
I'm doing great. I'm laughing.
There you are.
Comment, where does the little tongue go? On the
what's that? Oh,
I don't know, wherever you want to put it, I guess.
Yeah, Luke, it just goes, right back in. See, like this. Wait, like that. And then you just push it in. See, easier than just about as easy as sticking your own tongue back in your mouth. So glad you found humor in that. Whew. Yeah, there you go, Luke. Well, sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. Sometimes we just pretend that they did. So, Kristen, I haven't seen you for a couple of months, probably.
Yeah. Time flies.
I think we were still kind of living in the world of shit. Is COVID gonna take us out or not?
I got my
and now we're in a whole new world.
Are you getting vaccinated? Are we going there?
Oh, I am. I've been vaccinated and good to go for about a month and a half now.
Cool. Are you zombie team Pfizer, Moderna, or Rogue?
Pfizer.
Johnson & Johnson.
Pfizer.
Okay.
Yep. No, I'm Pfizer. I'm Team Pfizer all the way. So all I got was like a third nipple. I didn't. Nothing else really happened. Just a little growth. You know.
My 5G has been like acting up since I got the vaccine.
The 5G.
But Elon Musk keeps texting me, so it's like it works out.
That's good. I love it. That's really good. And you have a new album out, I think, right?
Yes, I have a new record called War in the Living Room that's going to be coming out later this year. It's currently in production for vinyl, and uh yeah, really exciting. And I just keep writing and recording songs here in Nashville, Tennessee. And there's a song that I released exclusive for my Patreons called Lisa Frank that next week we're filming a music video. I'm really excited about it. It's pretty big production. So I'm trying to take my love of
Sweet.
acting and creating visual things and music and just like put them all together and make cool things happen. So
Oh, cool, Luke. Thank you. Yeah, check out. You can find Kristen on here. You'll be able to find more of her because we'll promote this show and promote her album and stuff. Um, let me think. I was thinking about. Oh yes, so you're shooting a music video next week. Do you usually have somebody shoot like some behind the scenes stuff too? Like just have a few people with their cameras just
um
shooting some video?
I don't know if there is a usual. I feel like
Oh, well, there you go.
I've done larger budget videos at actual studios, and I've filmed things completely for free and edited them myself, everything in between.
Sure.
But there will be someone grabbing some behind the scenes footage, potentially
Perfect,
for
because that would be
the reality
fun
show.
stuff to bring
So
back, to like this show or something when you're doing your music video when it's done. I think people always
yeah,
like to see how these things come together.
totally. That's great.
Cool.
Like it's don't lose the forest through the trees. Sometimes you're trying so hard to make a cool product, but like your life is just interesting, you know?
Yeah. Oh, I mean, I don't know. Like, I think even when, I can remember like my best friend in eighth grade, and he was huge into Kiss. Like he liked him a little too much. Like he needed to have a life. But I mean, we were all nerds. So, but he was huge into Kiss, and there wasn't much information you could get back then about performers like you can today. But there were magazines like Teen Beat and all this stuff. I mean, everybody wants to know the life of the people that they listen to, they admire, or whatever. So I think it's really great that with Hit Parader, there you go. That it's great that we can share our lives with people on Instagram and these different things, and you can kind of choose what level to do it. I don't remember the specific the other day, but I let myself be pretty vulnerable in social media because, or was I on something? But a show. But
Oh, okay. I
anyway,
didn't know what you meant on something in a
oh
good
right, exactly. I just about clarified that and didn't, but see, now I'm glad I did. Uh, yeah, was I on something? Was I dreaming? Let me take a hit of weed for my knees. Haha.
Here
But
we
it
go.
really is for my knees, and it's nice stuff. Feels good. Anyway, whatever it was in this situation, I am comfortable enough, especially if it's around mental health or whatever for me, because it's something that I'm really about promoting. But I'm comfortable enough being vulnerable in in public kind of settings, and
Mhm.
not to toot my horn or to say, wow, isn't it great that I'm vulnerable? But somebody then reached out to me via Instagram and said how much that helped them. So I think we can definitely share our stories with people in a way that we never could before and make a difference in people's lives. And so many of us have something that we care about. Like I care about homelessness. I was homeless. I care about mental health and mental health. My wife's from Jamaica. My son's biracial. Have been working in the anti-racism field for 10 years, long before I knew well, I guess we've known each other for 8 years, but we can get that out there to people now. So it's a really cool thing. So long story short, there, sharing your life with your fans, it can be really meaningful. It's not just marketing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think connecting the why behind anything that you do, but
Yeah, that's very good.
it's
Very for sure.
it's
The
definitely
why.
confusing. Like, do you post every picture or do you only post like the most professional? Oh my gosh, I'm driving a helicopter. Like, my life is
Right.
over the top amazing. Or do you post like picture of your breakfast that you really enjoyed? I don't know. And then at what point is it like nice to have a private life and
Yes.
also to be
Well,
a public figure? You know, like of I would like to be of increasing notoriety. That would be great. But then it's also like you want to keep some things for you.
well, it's funny that yeah, definitely, and I can tell you've probably just because you're talking about it experienced a little bit too because um, I have had you know uncomfortable moments with people who think they know you, et cetera. It, even 10 years ago, when I was had a little bit of some internet fame, I suppose you would say. But what to share out there is, I guess, kind of, hey, Mark Goldman, great to see you, buddy. Mark is the CEO of Haps there. But I
Oh
think
wow. What's up?
sharing, yeah, sharing at whatever level you feel comfortable. And then, I mean, you got to be smart and a little safe. Like, I'll be honest, when I do a video or something around my neighborhood, I always make sure that I'm not doing it right in front of where I live or where it's obvious, that I'm close to home or whatever. I keep it, as unrecognizable generally as possible because we have to be smart about things, even little guys like me in the tiny corner of the internet here. When it's out in public you have to be careful, but it's so that versus all the great things we can do and
Hmm.
how much we love what we're doing. To me it's generally worth it. And like I said, I'll freaking let myself cry on here because if that's what I'm feeling, that's what I'm feeling. So I'm not kind of not afraid to hold anything back. But yeah, what is life like now with the possibility of touring? Like, are you stoked?
I'm really stoked. I'm trying to reconcile like what sort of revelations I had over COVID time, having to stop absolutely everything. I was actually tired. Like I've played over 100 shows a year since 2008.
Oh my
So,
goodness, Kristen,
um,
holy cow.
yeah,
Wow.
I think my biggest year in like 2015 or 2016 was like 240 shows in one year
Go
internationally and all over the country. And I'm just not sure, like, I need to play 100 shows. I'm not sure I need
anymore.
to play a bar where people are going to be like more focused on having fun with their friends versus really receiving the music. But
Hmm.
then I think there's another side of me that I really miss touring and I think I'm really good at it and I really love playing. And you sometimes have to be in alone on stage for 3 hours where you're like, what on earth am I going to play? And then you like push through some wall of resistance. And
Hmm.
I've made some loops live that just existed that night in the moment that are so amazing. Not to like toot my own horn or anything, but
Oh
like
yeah.
these things happen and they happen in the moment. And I love, like, I'm a very ADD person. I'm always thinking about 100 things, and I love the feeling when the whole car is packed and you know exactly where you need to drive and you've left extra time to get there, and all you have to do is just chill and get there.
Hmm.
And then when you're in the city, all you have to do is like do your show, connect with the people you're there with, like get to where you're sleeping safely. Like it's life is really simple on tour in a way, and I do miss that. I feel like I'm going after all these acting opportunities, and there's different music projects here in Nashville, and I just started like dog sitting for money. Like there's just so many opportunities, and and cool ways to spend your time, so that sometimes it just feels like too much. It's nice to just simplify it. Be like, I play guitar, I'm gonna go play a show, play some songs,
Right.
that's it.
Right. Crash in the
Maybe some
hotel
more
room,
music.
you know.
Yeah.
Um, no, I know exactly what that feels like because I've had, I've, I've fetched tote, you know, and carried stuff for bands and traveled a little bit in my younger days. And I've definitely been on the road with other things. And I know I still today, I miss the road. It'd be kind of nice to actually go out on the road for a few weeks because between the tension and the quiet, if you're in somewhere in Ohio in some town, you know, playing in a bar and you just get done in the hotel and it's just there's no sound and you walk out the door and you can see the like freaking Milky Way. You know what I mean? And just it's just that solitude of being on the road like that, as opposed to hopefully one of these days soon touring out there with some other big acts and all that craziness. Because I've been around that too. I used to be an operations manager for a big sound company, so I've kind of run the gamut. But I feel you want to be out there and tour, but maybe a combination, not quite so many tours and some more specific, you know, pick your environments a little more and maybe go to the best places that you used to go, whatever. But I'm
Right.
sure, even though we just know each other a little bit and are becoming friends, I'm sure that the touring, like you just like you're going to have to do some. You're just not going to be able to sit home and not play in front of people and be in a different town or something. That won't last too long, I don't think. I would think you're going to want to do that.
Oh yeah, I'm very excited. There's some shows coming up in Kentucky, Georgia, Michigan, uh, Oklahoma, Colorado. So, and more planned. So here I'm like,
Excellent.
oh, I'm not doing anything, but there's actually there's
Well, for
quite
you,
it's
15 gigs is nothing when you do 240, you know, a year. So, you know,
right.
it's like that's like 3 days worth of gigs, 15 gigs or something. So, you got a couple of comments out there.
Yeah, I see some folks out there on the interwebs. Thanks for tuning in on
That's
this
fun.
Memorial Day. I hope everybody got the day off, or if they had to work, they got time and a half.
Or good Lord, I hope that everybody that got the day off that can remember next year that you got the day off and you didn't give your employees the day off, you could freaking think about it a little bit, you know, because I was mentioning, I was talking with a friend in England today, and she's they have just by chance today's a national holiday for them. It's like it's a bank holiday or something. I'm not sure what it was about, but we were talking about kind of, you know, she was like, well, is everything closed? Are people working and all that stuff? And I'm like, you know, the rich people are off and the poor people are working, which is, you know, pretty much like any other day in America or weekend in America. You know, it's a national holiday and all the stuff that the poor worker might need access to, like their bank today, because it's something critical, can't go. So I always have a mixed, you know, feeling about these holidays because I mean, I work from home more or less, so I was going to be home anyway. But my, you know, the executive producer, she was home today, and that was nice. And I'm glad she was able to be home. But you know, I definitely think about all the people that because bank holiday because stock market is closed. Thank you, my friend. It's always great to have my phone. Um, iMessage is off on the other computer screen here, literally. So my friends will text me and tell me what I effed up on the show, and I can fix it. So anyway, yeah, Memorial Day. What I wanted to say quickly, I'm long winded tonight. We need to listen to some music. Holy shit, it's been 19 minutes. Let's play a song. But yeah, screw it. Stop what I was saying. We need to play music because that's why you're here. Just boop. I don't care what we were talking about. What are you going to sing for
I love
us?
your spirit and your revolutionary ideas.
Thanks, Kristen. I love you too. What are you
I
going to play?
entered this song with my duo Evergreen. Um, it's called Born for This, and we just entered it in the 2021 Tiny Desk concert contest.
Oh,
So,
NPR? Is that?
Who knows? Yeah, maybe we're big with NPR. Why not?
Ooh, that would be cool. That would be awesome.
All right, here we go.
All right, here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, Kristen Ford.
Let's see. I felt such a shock. Threw me the Boston Avalon. I became a lightning rod. A receiver you cannot turn off. Now I'm hyper than Aladdin. In and out of desperation. Adding up some numbers on the screen means nothing. Do you want to believe? Do you want to believe it's true? You get what you think. You get what you think. It comes back to you. I felt such a shock. Threw me behind a banker show. I became a lightning rod. From my head down to my toes. Now I'm hyperventilating. Worried the floor is gonna drop. Maybe I could spread my wings. I could fly. Why the hell not? Do you want to believe? Do you want to believe it's true? You get what you think. You get what you think. It comes back to you. I believe I was born for this. I believe in nothing less. I am full of songs to sing. Sure, it's the blue blood in my veins. I believe I was born for this. I believe in nothing less. I am full of songs to sing. Sure, it's the blue blood in my veins. I believe I was born for this. I believe in nothing less. I'm full of songs to sing. Sure, it's the blue blood in my veins. Oh, you're muted.
And see me, like, who am I talking to and what am I doing with my phone? So we're live on Instagram because I've done that a couple of times now. Just, be like, yo, hey, everybody, come join us on Haps TV. And so, yeah, that's what I was doing while you were singing, I was doing like the behind the scenes, we're on Instagram Live. So we're going to jump off Instagram Live, happs.tv. Come see us. We're having a great time. Kristen Ford is here. She's an amazing musician and an equally, if not more amazing human being. And we're happy to have her here. And yeah, thanks for watching on Facebook Instagram Live. All the same. Yeah. All right. Beautiful song. Wow. I like that.
Thanks.
I want to ask you about your voice because you have like in order to sound that good and that so if I want to, I can take my voice, down where I want to take it, and like my son's like, don't use your deep voice on me, Dad, but sometimes I get excited and, my voice goes, way up there. And I have it's not stable. It's not necessarily usable, but I've got a pretty good range, for somebody with as deep a voice as I have. I have a pretty decent range. And you have a nice, I mean this in a positive way for sure, but you have a nice kind of grit to your voice. Like there's a texture to your voice that can slide around and everything. And it can be that voice where I've met people like back in the day when everybody smoked, be like, yeah, how you doing? Because I've had 27 cigarettes today. But you've got that, so hopefully you're not smoking 20 packs of cigarettes to sound that good. But I love that ability of your voice. There's great singers out there, but they sing, that's their voice. That doesn't change much. But you really have you just have a really nice range and a nice, like I said, your vocal cords, I guess they're well textured or something, but it's a good sound. I mean, I guess your voice is another instrument, obviously, but yeah, you really do. I love your voice a lot. It's got a lot of character to it.
Thank you. And it's probably something that I could work on making it more like conventionally good. But for me, like I feel like I got better at singing just from playing a lot. And every time you go in the recording studio, like it's like trying on clothes that don't fit you under fluorescent lights. Like you really have to look at all of your faults, and just it helps you just get better because you're like, oh, I do this thing. This is something I do. So I don't know. I think it's really joyful. Sometimes it makes me feel sad when people say that they don't sing, or they're like, the same thing as someone being like, oh, I don't dance. It's like,
Sure.
I'm a terrible dancer, but I still like to get out there and move my body sometimes.
Right. I suck at dancing.
And everybody's voice is like, is their own, and it's special.
I feel you, especially when somebody says that they don't sing, because I been lucky to have, just done a little bit here and there, and even got a chance to sing on stage in an operetta once. And just that, just the marvelous feeling, even if you're just singing in the shower, I mean, you don't have to sing out in public. If you say you don't sing, let it loose in the shower. I mean, I tend to, sad in this day and age, but still be, messaging somebody while I'm taking a shower for business or something, I'm just like, my phone's waterproof, You
got to take a break.
Right, exactly. Well, I was going to talk about that, and I will, because this is the first time I've actually taken a break, Kristen. It's interesting. I've never done it before, but anyway, just sing in the shower, go crazy, sing for your kids. They'll love you no matter what you sound like. But it's very true. Singing is a beautiful thing to do. It makes you feel good.
It does.
What is the first thing you remember performing ever? Like, to who? Do you remember? I mean, you can't maybe remember when you were 2, but
That's an interesting question. I don't know if I've ever been asked that. It probably was like church or some kind of musical or something. I remember kind of an embarrassing moment when I was at church, and like, they do the nativity scene where all the kids dress up like angels and Joseph and Mary and blah blah blah. And I think I was like one of the older kids, but still part of the like kids group, and we had to sing Away in the Manger, but they didn't give us any kind of starting note. And I don't know, I must have been like 9 or something, and I'm like, Away in a Manger, and then it was a disaster because it was like too low, and then we were trying to switch octaves while the plane was in the air. We're trying to change out the engines on fire, and I don't know why that was my job, but I still feel a little embarrassed.
Well, I'm only laughing because I'm thinking of whoever that whoever was responsible for that show. I bet they learned to never not hit a note on that piano before those kids start singing again.
I know.
Like, that was the mistake. You shouldn't be embarrassed. You did nothing wrong. You took the initiative. It was somebody else that should have hit the letter C instead of F or whatever. I don't know anything about music, but
I know, but it's tough. It's like same thing with Happy Birthday. You know how many birthday parties I've been at where I've been like, please, somebody else start it. I can't have another Away in the Manger.
Oh, you need to write a song called "Away in the Manger," and it's just like a dirty down, depressing song. Like, what the fuck is up with her in that
I
song?
actually love that. It might upset some conservatives too. That might be fun.
Not that you would ever do that.
No, I did have a song called "Donald Trump's a Huge Fucking Asshole," but I had to retire it when the asshole became president.
Oh man!
But now he doesn't have a Twitter account, and guess who does?
Yeah, there you go. And he he can't do anything to us anymore. That feels good, actually. Everybody take a moment. My life changed about 10 seconds after they swore Biden in, because I have not listened to CNN once. And I'm not kidding you. For 4 effing years, I listened to CNN probably 3 hours a day, and I was doing a political show too, but still, I kind of probably do need to know what's going on in the world. I've probably gone to an extreme, but yeah, it was, news is boring. I like that. Exactly, Luke. Let's, that's a little first world of us, but it's been nice. But because we're talking about a rabble rouser, you definitely need to come to Chicago and do a couple shows so we can burn some shit down. Because why not? You get 2 people like us in a town like Chicago, and we can blow something up, have a good time. So I hope you can get out here and sing.
Little tattoo of Chicago right there.
Oh, awesome!
Oh wait, there we go.
There you go.
I used to live there for about 4 years and went to college there. And
oh, where'd you go to school?
Back and visit. I went to Columbia College.
No shit. So did I.
Wow, everybody did. My accountant did. my friend who is my birthday twin here, she used to teach interior design there. And
and I have a lot of LA friends and stuff that I'm meeting now too that went there for film school like I did. So because it's got actually a really good film school, or it used to anyway. But cool. Wow, Columbia College. That's neat. Yeah. Then definitely come to Chicago and we will we'll have a blast and be a lot of fun. Where is your what's your next gig like that people could see you at?
Saturday night, Paducah, Kentucky.
Oh, yeah. Paducah's.
Come on down.
Wait a minute. Where are you at? Wait, where are you?
Nashville.
You're in Nashville. Oh, Paducah's not very far. Yeah. Paducah has a nice arts community.
It does.
Paducah, about 20 years ago, they were running radio ads because it was funny. We've gone down to Paducah on the way to some other things because there's some art things and stuff that Paducah has historically that are kind of interesting that I can't remember quite what they are. But they had a campaign where they were literally telling people, move to Paducah if you're an artist. It's dirt cheap. We support the arts. We've got funding for you. But that's just one of those cities that most people have probably never even heard of. And it's a cute little place, Paducah. And they've got the river down there and all that. So that should be a fun gig.
Yeah. Well, with the release of War in the Living Room, I'm going to be trying to hit the road pretty hard. And if folks head to my website, they can become like a tracker on Bands in Town and get a little alert when I list a show.
Oh, cool.
In the zip code where they are. And also this month is coming to a close. I'm just about to put up my Patreon for the month. So every month I have like cool exclusive content and you can get access to it for as little as $1 a month. So that's just my little plug for virtual and in-person connectivity. But I like that. Request. Do you mind if I play another song?
No, I was just about to say, go ahead and do it because we got to make up for the 2 we should have played already.
We're chatty Cathy's. All right.
Yeah, well, I am for sure, but I'm loving getting to talk to you. I'm enjoying it.
This one's from Norma. It's called Lightning in a Bottle. blind drunk and you're laughing at the party. Just for the night, pretend that you're happy. Take a fish out of water, you're gasping for breath. Try to play it cool, but you die a little death. So what's it worth to you up to try to paint a gray sky blue? You want my shelter, you were turning in, and all I want is the breeze upon my skin. I could take you to the playa down in Mexico. That ain't gonna help you, we both already know. We could sell all the furniture and hit the open road. Put the lightning in the bottle, yeah, the kind we had before. So what's it worth to give up to try to paint a gray sky blue? You want my shelter, you were turning it, and all I want is the breeze upon my skin. 'Cause I want lightning in a bottle. Yeah, I want lightning in a bottle. You want my shelter, you were turning, and I want lightning in a bottle.
Definitely need the applause effect. That was awesome. Very, very good. I know. I actually, Gavin Booth, we were in Clubhouse. He's a director, and he showed me how to get on Clubhouse with my computer now, so I can use my fancy microphone and everything. And we were in a room. Actually, it's for a film awards thing we were doing, and he was playing audio files, and everybody's like, whoa, how's he doing that? So yeah, I definitely need some applause, because that was damn good. You actually played that song the first time I met you, and tell us a little bit about that song. What's the backstory on that?
I wrote that song on a balcony in Germany. Oh, when I was touring with Chris, and I think it kind of tells a story, but I think everyone has to make a choice sometimes in their life, or continually, whether they're gonna go with something that feels like security and safety, or whether they're gonna take a leap of faith because they trust that you can feel like lightning in a bottle, like you can feel like, yeah, like life, or like shelter turning in versus like the breeze on your skin. Like the breeze is free, it just shows up, but it also can, Chicago winter, like that breeze can be a bitch. You turn the corner and you're like, oh my God, I'm dying. Like, please, I need some shelter. So like,
oh yeah,
I guess that's just the hero's journey, is you always have to decide, what kind of life do you want to live? Do you want to live an extraordinary life, or do you want to live a safe one? Or are they even in competition? I don't know.
Are they even in competition? Wow. And you really got my brain back. It's funny because you were talking about Columbia College, and now you just mentioned the hero's journey and Joseph Campbell and Columbia College, and it literally makes me think about sitting in my buddy's living room, 20 some years old, eating mushrooms, smoking weed, doing all kinds of stuff and listening to
I'm on.
tunes on the radio and talking about the hero's journey. So I like that you know, you can equate to us, you can convey to us so much depth in a song. And then I always love to hear that when I can, that description of, well, tell me where that song came from, how was it born? And I like that. That's a nice story behind the song. And I can you can hear when you sing, you can feel your depth in your music. And so to go from Crazy Revolution on Instagram Live to Joseph Campbell all in about 3 minutes, that's a pretty big sweep right
Yeah.
there.
Well, I've been really falling in love with like movies and TV, and I want to act and I want to create screenplays, and learning about the way characters are developed, and
Hmm.
how every scene has like a 3-act structure, even within a conversation and dialogue. Like everyone has a need, and I just feel like there's so much like parallels to a really well written song. Like uh Evergreen, my duo, we just started covering Mary Jane's Last Dance, and it's like, why does everyone love that song so much? Like, not everybody's been to Indiana,
Hmm.
not everybody knows what he's singing about with the specifics of the hotel room and this and that, but there's something about like, I'm tired of screwing up, I'm tired of going down, I'm tired of myself, I'm tired of this town. It's like, oh, everyone can identify with that. And I think that's just like great art when you can take the personal and make it universal and hopefully touch a chord. Ooh, pun. Touch a chord with people.
the Yeah, I think again, we were talking about that, what to share with your followers, your fans, because um, having that close that close connectivity, and yeah, I just love being able to, I guess back in the day we had liner notes, I don't even know if anybody knows what the hell liner notes are, but because they died with CDs, not digital. They died with CDs because you didn't have much room for good liner notes. But we could get a fair bit of knowledge about the band if they gave it to us back then, with some liner notes and what somebody heard from some interview or something in a newspaper somewhere. I mean, and people were totally invested in the bands and in their lives by what the PR people and stuff put out. But I don't know. I think the freedom of being an independent musician, obviously, versus being Tanya Tucker or somebody and being, have a ton of money, but the kind of the freedom that you have as an independent musician to put out there what you want instead of a record company executive or whatever trying to, tell you what image you need to put out there. So, what is it like being an independent, musician? Is that do you think, it's got to be hard, right? It's got to be really tough.
I don't know. I think it's at least like at least it's of your own making. If you don't like
Mm.
something, or if you feel this
Hmm.
pressure to like constantly be on your phone engaging on social media, or like, at least it's your own pressure you're putting on yourself and not some label or something whispering in your ears. But I think I'm trying to increasingly just not give a fuck what anybody thinks, if it's positive or negative, if it's a million views or like one view, to have
Hmm.
that be very irrelevant from my process, and just
Right,
to,
because the process just needs to be free of all that nonsense, right? Then it's not, I think
yeah,
it might not even
hopefully.
be
And
fun.
uh hopefully folks will check out my Spotify, and I'm really proud about this album that's going to be coming out. And I've also like released a lot of music, and every once in a while, if I'm in the right mood, like I'll listen to myself like driving, and sometimes I'm surprised. I'm like, wow, this
That was pretty
Pretty
good.
fucking good, or like that's cool. Like I'm glad I did that. But
I
but yeah,
like that.
I don't know. I think it's every day's seat of your pants sort of vibe.
Right. Well, I know I don't have other than the bands and stuff. I used to do gig stuff when I was in my 20s. I've now been very fortunate in the last 6 months to make quite a few connections with, independent musicians. And it's like a lot of the folks I'm interviewing from Hollywood and New York and these kind of things. It's the working professional that I've been kind of interested in the sense of when we talk about that's a great feeling. Sometimes I even amaze myself. There you go, Luke. I know exactly how you feel. I'm just tired of having to tell people not to toot my own horn. One, because I am always tooting my own horn a little bit. That's my personality. But the other thing is, yeah, when you do something that's great, it's fun to talk about it. So, being an independent musician, I think gives you a lot of, my record's the way I want my record to be, and you can make a living doing it. That's where I talk about working professionals in Hollywood. I know a dozen directors now that nobody's probably ever going to know their name, but they're making movies for Netflix or Amazon Prime that get enough views that, they make a living from it and everything. Right. But there's this whole class of people in music and in theater and in film and television that every day they go to work, whether it's the sound guy or whatever, right? They're a working professional of it. And there's actors the same way and musicians the same way. You don't have to now you don't have to be a gold record or a platinum selling artist to make a living now, because there are a lot of pathways to do it. It's really hard. It's always been hard. But I definitely know independent musicians too that have, at some point just transitioned to, of course, we'll take the contract, with Capitol Records, which probably doesn't even exist anymore, and take the $1 billion upfront, bonus that we get because we're so amazing. But also, we can carve a good life out for ourselves. We don't have to stop playing music, but we have to kind of change what we do and stuff. So I'm always curious about the business of being an independent artist, and then the musician, right? Because you're at least two people in this scenario. You're the owner of Kristen Ford Music. You know what I mean? You're that business person that's booking the gigs and paying the bills and playing the gigs. And what's it like on the business side? Like, is it like, do you hate it, or is it like, it's just part of being Kristen Ford, the musician? Like,
I don't hate any of it.
mhm.
I've pretty much every job I've worked with it. Maybe the first 6 months were okay, but then I would just dread going to work, even before like clocking out the day before. I'm like, oh God, I got to come back to this place tomorrow. And I think it's just because my soul was like calling for something different, more
Mhm.
free. And, some days may be like easier or harder than others, but I've been at guitar for 18 years and,
You've got it down. You've
going.
got it down.
So, yeah. And I think like the kind of like, how do you put your fingers on it thing is like there's no rule book for how to become, like you said, like a working director or a working actor or
Mhm.
a very healthily employed musician. Like there's not do this then do that and do that, like just like, I don't know, becoming a teacher or something. You go to school for it and then you go and work and you teach. Like that's
Right.
how you do that. And so I think it's kind of like it makes everyone feel crazy. Should we be on Clubhouse all the time listening and trying to like get in front of people discussion that way? Should we go out to the bar and like network at someone else's show? Should we stay home and work on the craft? I don't know. I'm just trying to follow my bliss these days,
Hey,
wherever
wow,
that takes
man.
me.
You've Are you in my wait a minute, seriously, like Are you in my head? Like Joseph Campbell and Follow My Bliss. You're like pinging things that haven't popped through my brain since the 90s. So yeah, freaking follow your bliss. I like that. Um, to be around music for 18 years and still following your bliss, shit, you're pretty damn successful then, because you know, a lot of people um um yeah, I mean, you got to love something to make it happen. Unfortunately, you also have to be sometimes at the right corner, bumping into the right person with the connection that gets you somewhere, because it is a massive. I mean, there are so many musicians, because I'm kind of constantly looking for new people to bring, to bring up and bring on. Like, I mean, I will never stop running out of, and I'm talking talented folks too. I'm not just saying like, some person out there with a guitar. There's a really lot of really good musicians out there fighting for a, in some ways a very small space, that everybody's kind of wants to be that, person at the top. But like I said, I think I really say this, and I bring this up a lot to encourage people to say, to don't think that at some point in your career, if it's looking like you're not going to be Taylor Swift or whatever, but you've built yourself something, swap it out a little bit. You're good at what you do, move the direction a little bit. But being a working professional is a laudable goal in this. And I do know a few musicians that, well, I know more than a few actually, that, again, most people haven't heard of, but they pay the bills, they own a house, they're doing okay. So I really, really find that just a wonderful possibility, because, unless we can be like whatever Holland or wherever, where they give you money for your art because their taxes are like 45%, because I want you, I like your music. I want everybody, to know your music. So I want to make sure you can keep going. So let's have you play a song so that somebody will buy your records because they heard you on my program instead of me talking.
No worries. I think I'll do, this is maybe the latest song that I wrote, and yeah, I'm always excited to maybe create songs for film or TV or for a specific mood. And this room where I'm sitting, I have a great little studio where I can make all kinds of things happen. So I haven't recorded anything for this one yet, but maybe it's coming.
Awesome.
I look pretty awkward in that picture with your parents. Next time I'll be sure to wear a toothy grin. They look good for their age, I'm not sure what I was expecting. Their eyes are blue, but they don't shine like yours. My face was burning red the last time my folks came to visit. Reception is cold as walking barefoot in the snow. Guess we're all made of love, we just don't know quite how to show it. And that makes what we got all the more remarkable. Show me who you are in the space between the lines. And who do you become in the darkest of nights? I made paper plans and then the deluge set in. I love you here now, this is the real me. Love's a real thing. Remember our first date back when we were strangers? Seems funny now cause I can't remember nothing before. Only love can tear up your soul into pieces, and in spite of yourself you just keep coming back for more. Show me who you are in the space between the lines. Who do you become in the darkest of nights? So I made paper plans and then the day set in. I love you here and now, this is the real me. Love's a real thing. Ooh, ooh. Yeah, love's a real thing. Ooh, ooh. Show me who you are in the space between the lines. And who do you become in the darkest of nights? Yeah, I made paper plans and then the deluge set in. I love you here now, this is the real me. I love you here now, this is the real me. Love's a real thing.
I gotta say that if love was easy and perfect, man, we would have no music to listen to. I mean, how many Q?
Good point.
If I would say maybe in music, I don't know, 98.5 of all songs are about love, probably lost love. I mean, people don't cut records super often about how awesome my love is in my life. Maybe they should, but usually it's more like, some intense thing around it. And not to be, I'm going to say I love songs. And again, there's just nothing better as somebody that loves music than being able to talk to somebody that just played a song that's really cool, that, is a love song. But I kidded Chris one day, 'cause I don't remember what she was playing, but we were talking on one of the mini programs we were on for those few weeks. And I said, so, when do you play that song? On the first date or the third date? Because you play that song for me, and I'm in love in 15 seconds. You know what I mean? Like, you've got that talent of like the siren, right? On the, calling to the sailors. Like, what is it like to put a song about love out there, that's coming from you? Is it cathartic? Is it just something you do? Or, I'm very open, like I said, but I'm guessing that love songs that you write are coming from some place of, real emotion that you've had. So that's a pretty vulnerable thing to do, I think.
Yeah, I think it's not so much that I'm like, I think, sorry, I'm like trying to formulate like four thoughts at the same time.
No, I gave you 12 to think of. So
like a lot of people in Nashville, they're songwriters and they intend to write songs for commercial use or for big artists. And it's very much like a craft where you like lifting weights, where you get your muscles really big at and good at like working with people, coming up with clever rhymes, coming up with cool melodies, figuring out how to do it all in 3 hours. Maybe you're just working with someone that some colleague recommended that you've never even met before. And I would like to do more of that type of writing, or like writing for a specific thing. Like I've had the chance to do a few songs for short films and movies and stuff, but like I think it feels really satisfying for me to not know I'm gonna write a song, but like sit down and that's my dryer. That's B flat, by the way. B
Oh,
flat.
I can't hear it. So
There, wait, here it is. Yeah, B flat. Hey, I got laundry in house. Come to Nashville. The life is pretty fat.
right.
But like it feels just really enjoyable for me to not know that I'm gonna write a song, but I get myself in front of an instrument and then I write a song, and maybe there's some revisions or some whittling that has to happen. Maybe there should be more revisions, arguably, but it just feels really good. Some people like to do crossword puzzles, or like they like to, I don't know, watch TV or play video games, and I think I really like writing, so it's
Mm.
just probably something I'll keep doing.
That's it. I like that that bit of information about yourself because you know there's a lot of things to being a musician for Kristen Fort. I mean, you got to be able to play the guitar. You got to have a really good voice. You got to have good songs. There's a lot of aspects to it. So knowing that you like writing is cool because I'm sure there are musicians who are like, I got to write another song somehow, and I hate doing this or whatever, but they love
Really?
some other piece. I mean, I'm just saying, you know what I mean? I don't know anybody like that, but I just mean that knowing that, it could be the writing that you like the most, you know? It sounds like it's a pretty big deal for you, to do the writing part of it. So that's a cool insight because definitely let's stay in touch because I'm making connections all the time out in LA. So, and I'm sure I could find you plenty of people with some just beyond film students or whatever that would love to have some music written, for a low price from a new, writer for films and
Oh
stuff,
yeah.
and
And
stay
that's
in
such a
touch
great
because
audience because they're sitting down to enjoy this new world, this movie. They're really listening. They probably got like the sound bar or like, the surround sound. And I just don't know if you're gonna find that audience at like Dick's Last Resort getting up on
sure.
stage. It's a unique opportunity to get to work with like filmmakers or content creators. So yeah, link it
Yeah, I
up.
will keep my
Make
ears
it work.
open. Yeah, I will keep my ears open because I tell people all the time, when I meet somebody new, if it's relevant, because I'm unabashed like this. It doesn't matter. I'm going to promote my friends. If I just met you or if I've known you for 10 years, if the opportunity comes up and I'm like, oh, you guys do this and that. Hey, if it's relevant, I'm not just going to throw somebody's name out there, but like, here, I know this person, Kristen Ford. Here's a bit of info. Check her out. So because I'm constantly, the more I know about the guests and stuff I have, then the more I can try and connect them up with somebody that I meet. Because like my life lately, the last couple of months especially, is meeting probably two or three pretty damn interesting people a day that have lots of connections to lots of things. So really, the most fun I've been having, and I love doing this. Don't get me wrong, but it's just meeting so many people and making so many connections. So yes, I will remember that because that sounds fun. I
Cool.
know be a totally different writing thing to do. Sounds like a fun challenge.
Well, should we kind of wrap it up? What do you think?
We can go as long as we like. So that's why we're sitting at the 1 hour mark. We can definitely play a song and play us out if you want. Definitely do that.
Sure. Okay. Well, I this is Lisa Frank. I got to tune down for it. Uh, so this sort of story behind how this song was written down half a step is over the pandemic. I decided I was gonna be like this big guitar flipper where I find guitars and I don't
Oh, you're
know
like house flipping?
people guitar flipping like house flipping, but
Uh-huh.
and a lot of these old guitars they just can't hold the tension. The action's already like sky high, and then they just like can't hold the tension of standard tuning. So I'll tune them down half a step, and I think I wrote Lisa Frank on a 70s harmony made in Chicago, mahogany, which that guitar is now sold. But anyway, that's why it's tuned down half a step, but inspiration could be waiting anywhere.
That's awesome.
So anyway, this song's Lisa Frank. We're going to make a really super fun video for it next week. I'm excited. So here we go. Don't you worry about the timing. Pawn shop where you sold your wedding ring. Fool's gold always looks just like the real thing. Doing shots before the altar. Sink or swim, I faltered. I didn't mean to black out in my own reception. Don't you tone it down. Waiting on you, waiting on me to come around. Like the 90s, baby, we live in out loud. The skies are pink, they're never gray. Call it love or a twist of fate. You burn brighter than a Lisa Frank. And don't you tone it down. Don't you tone it down. Dealing drugs on my bicycle. You powdered your nose in the Big Apple. And if we made it through that, we're invincible now. Don't you tone it down. Waiting on you, waiting on me to come around. Like the 90s, baby, you were living out loud. The skies are pink, they're never gray. Call it love or a twist of fate. You burn brighter than a Lisa Frank. Don't you tone it down. Now don't you tone it down. Your neighbors will complain. Father says stay in your lane. It's not a home, it's just a place. You stay to the next, 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 to the next. Don't you tone it down. Waiting on you, waiting on me to come around. Like the 90s, baby, we're living out loud. The skies are pink, they're never gray. Call it love or a twist of fate. You burn brighter than a Lisa Frank. Don't you tone it down. Waiting on you, waiting on me to come around. Don't you tone it down. Waiting on you, waiting on me. Yeah. Don't you tone it down.
Damn, that had some good energy. I love that. That was fantastic. I mean, I've been like hyper as F tonight, which is not always the case with me. You must be the one. It must be you. I have to have you on more, like on those nights. And there's never not been one show that I didn't have a blast. But, you know, if you just have the general doldrums before you do something, you're kind of like, but man, that will never happen with you. Both times we've been together, I feel your energy and your passion and your intensity. I kind of think because you were like, you were climbing there. You want to do one more for everybody?
Sure.
All right.
Sure,
Yeah. Let's have
not?
one more from Kristen Ford. And you better come back soon, too. That was too long a gap there. So.
Oh, well, you're so sweet. Thanks for having me. And how many days a week do you do your show?
Well, I've cut it back a little again because I'm trying to grow the show and do all this other stuff. So we're Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and then we have our Saturday Film Fest show, which actually, if I think the producers listening, make a note to, I'll reach out to, maybe you could be a guest co-host and judge for the Film Fest thing we do. I'll talk to you about it more, but then you get a chance to like play a song or something, it's just another chance to be out there and have a little fun. So, but yeah, place another tune. This is, we got to hear at least one more before you go.
Oh, well, thank you so much for having me. This has been super duper fun. And I hope we can connect in Chicago sooner than later.
Me too. Well, come on, Chicago. Bring this woman some gigs, for God's sakes. Let's do it.
This song is going to be on War in the Living Room as well. It's coming out later.
There's the... Wait, right back there, right?
Yeah, that's the album cover.
Yeah, I'll see if I can actually find the album cover while you're singing there. We'll see you in a minute.
All right, so this song is called I'll Make Music. When my car is at the shop and my running shoes are shot, when the bills are piling up, a payday ain't enough, I'll make music. I'll make music. I'll make music. I'll make music. A credit card declined, or should I act surprised? Holding up the grocery line, I tell Dad I'm doing fine. I make music. I'll make music. I'll make music. I'll make music. Music. Keep on pushing up. 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 I make music. I make music. I make music. I make music. Ooh, 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 ooh. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Ooh, 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 ooh. Snow's falling down. Spring's never coming round. I'm lost without a way home. Then I turn up the radio. It takes me where I need to go. I turn up the radio and I'm home. I make music. I make music. I make music. I make music. Everybody sing, we just keep on pushing up, keep on pushing up, keep on pushing up. Keep on pushing up, keep on pushing up, keep on pushing up. Start where you are, love. Keep on pushing up, keep on pushing up, keep on pushing up. I'll make music. That one's a little weird to do without a band, but it is a really fun slow jam.
It was great. That was absolutely great.
Thanks.
How do I get this little pip thing to work here? Come on. There we go. All right.
Hey, this is some high budget.
I know, right? Look at
How much
that.
am I gonna owe you for this? Jeez.
Yeah, well, you won't even get control of your computer back till you pay. All right, let's look at this.
Awkward, loud laugh. Laughing a little too hard.
Let's look at this album cover here for a minute because I really enjoyed it. That's why I put it back on that little chalkboard thing in my room back there. I got to get it out of here. Yeah.
Auction it off, highest bidder.
Right. You can have my chalkboard.
$5,000.
Just looks so out of place in my palatial mansion here that I'm in. Yeah. So first thing I got to talk about, right off the top is the jumpsuit. Like, come on, where'd that come from? Like that, like, I mean, that I would think Elvis was taller than you, but I mean, like, that looks like something right out of the collection there. I love that. Where'd that come from?
There's a great vintage store called the Bowery Vault here in Nashville, and I was looking for just like country western wear. That's kind of like one of my go-to show looks, and it's just a neat like sort of ruffle tuxedo top, and it's actually, I don't want to break your heart, it's not a jumpsuit. I'm just
bummer.
Jeans.
Gotcha.
But it's definitely a statement, and I was trying to just like feel myself like running around with my shirt open, and
yeah, no, I like it a lot.
Yeah, so that was a photo shoot we did out in Kansas City, Kansas, in a trailer park. And it was a summer night, and they had all these like weird taxidermied animals. Or no, they weren't even taxidermied. They were roadkill that they were like. Oh, no. I was really obsessed with using this like dead turkey vulture, or like this, or no, it was an owl. I was like, yeah, we gotta have the dead owl in the shot, and then we never used the dead owl.
That probably thought better of it at some point.
I think it was in like a Tupperware with a bunch of mothballs.
Oh gosh,
it was an interesting shoot for sure.
Yeah, well, so this isn't a composite. I mean, what we see in this picture, obviously, can't see the solar system back there, but I mean, everything that we're seeing in the image was in the photo.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Very good. My assumption just was
is a designer here in Nashville, and she like, I don't know, I was just talking about the personal and the universal, like literally like Earth, universe, outer space. And yeah, she took it some intergalactic places.
I love it. I really do. Like I said, I just think it's kind of like a badass pose. You're just, look at me. I'm the musician. Like, I am cool as fuck. And, it's good. I really like it. I like the feel of it and everything. So I'm definitely, might have to one of these days get myself a record player, though. It would be hard because a lot of people have never experienced the fact that, if you're 55 years old, I had invested, thousands and thousands of dollars, and that was just not even a lot. People used to spend like insane amount of money on their stereo system for their living rooms and everything, with massive speakers, and you could play that stuff so loud, your neighbor's windows would break and everything. And like, people don't have those setups in their house anymore. So my daughter has she loves vinyl, but she plays it on I don't know, turntables, $150, and it's USB and all that stuff. And just being the audiophile snob that I am, I'm thinking, gosh, if I bought your record, I'd end up buying like $1,000 worth of stuff. So I felt like I could listen to it properly. But I definitely want to get a record. I want to get a record is what I'm saying. I want to get one from you
and it's going to be on clear vinyl with a black splatter. So it's like,
oh, awesome.
Like black swirl. And there'll be a download code in there so you can, I'm pulling out all the stops.
Yeah, right. Well, you should, because
CD liner notes earlier, and it's interesting because now I can make a CD with as many pages of liner notes for like 80 cents, but each record is going to cost me like $8.
Sure.
So I can't afford like an extra insert in the record.
Of
At least
course.
not for this one. I
Right.
decided to put that into the cool vinyl and all that, but like CDs are almost like a really easy and sort of unlimited medium, even
Right.
though they maybe are in their twilight. You
But
know,
no,
the
I feel
CDs
you.
were
Right.
invented a
Just for
long time ago, and I still love them.
putting them out there. Yeah. Well, I got my first CD player, Kristen, in 1985. It was $499, which in 1985 money, it's probably about 1,500 maybe today or something. But and it was just an amazing piece of technology. And I have a friend. We have some friends that moved, and they actually gave us a lot of amazing stuff that they didn't take with them. But one thing I took because I thought, well, I could at least get like a buck a piece for them. Probably should have Googled it first, but I ended up with like about 1,500 CDs. Literally, not they're they're worth negative amount of money. Like you have to pay somebody to haul them away.
Oh
Nobody
my
will buy them. So I've seen the entire span of an audio playing device, its whole life span go from just this amazing tech to, yeah, they're just hard to even get anybody to buy them. But as a musician with individual CDs, it's a great way because you can
Hey,
practically
way
hand them
to
out for
sell
free,
nice
right?
setup, nice layup on the CDs just flying off the shelf. People still do buy them at shows.
Yeah, right. And you can practically
Yeah,
give them away, and that's a great way to get your music out there.
true.
Yeah.
But a lot of people are like, I don't. How would I play this? It's a legit problem.
Oh, sure.
You know.
Well, listen, seriously, we'll talk because I bet you can probably sell a CD and a player all for $2 of an investment because of China right now. We could probably buy like 1,000 portable CD
No,
players for like $20 or something.
that's actually a fun idea, like
Yeah.
Discman or like a little tiny boombox for the CD, like back in the day.
Yeah, I bet you could find something that would be a fun promotional thing that wouldn't cost that much, and they'd be like, "Oh, you don't know how to play it? Oh, you didn't realize you get the player with it." you know?
That's a fun idea. It's definitely outside of the box. I like it.
Yeah. Well, very good. Well, let me know how it works out. And yeah, this was great, Kristen. Absolutely fantastic. Your album, hearing the songs that I heard from it, it's really good. Like I said, I'm not wanting to buy an album because you're on my show and I'm trying to butter you up. I like the music, so it would be fun to have it in album form because I do plan on at some point getting a record player because I do know enough musicians now and everybody's doing it in vinyl. That'd be fun to have their albums. So, and I've got one coming from Chris, so I'm going to need something to play it on.
Yeah.
Excellent. Well, you guys everybody watching this on the replay, watching this in the future. Anyway, buy her album. Stay in touch with Kristen Ford. I know, let me drop this in the comments one more time. Let's see. Check out her Patreon. It's it's $1, and she'll love you for becoming a member. And I think, gosh, you go jump up to $5 and quite a few fun things. So join up there on Patreon. Check her out. Follow her. Find her on Instagram. Find her on Spotify. I was actually looking up Spotify just as you were coming out. Hold on a second. I want to put this up here too. Now, preferably go to Apple and buy the darn thing. But if you're not going to buy it, then go to Spotify and listen to her music and spread the word. A like for a song means something as well. So remember, when you're listening to musicians on Spotify, etc., and you like their music, hit a like because it makes a difference in the algorithm and how, and they just might bump up a notch with your like and be seen by more people. So here's Kristen on Spotify as well.
Sweet.
So,
hey.
Awesome.
I love it. Well, it's been so much fun being part of your show, Rev. Thanks for having me on. Incredible community here on Haps. I'm excited that Chris turned me onto it. And then she went number 1. You got to ride with the champions. I love it.
Yeah, right. I mean, that's the thing. Sometimes I get lucky and get to meet amazing people like you and Chris and all the folks that we kind of know too within that circle of people. So it's a lot of fun. And we definitely need to do a show where we've got, 3 or 4 people again for a couple hours playing some music. That'd be fun to do too. And yeah, we should set that up sometime. But hopefully, as much as I want to have everybody on here as much as I can, hopefully a lot of you guys will be out there touring. So folks, book her. She will blow your mind. You'll have a great time.
Hell yeah. All right. Well,
all right, Kristen.
Thanks everybody for watching, listening. Big love.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for coming so we could have all these people watching and listening. That's the whole point of this program, is to connect the amazing and talented people that we talk to the audience. So have fun. I'll talk to you soon, I'm sure. And enjoy your week.
Cool. Happy Memorial Day.
Yeah, you too, everybody. Yeah, Memorial Day. I was reading something today about it. It's not just memorializing veterans, which you should do, but, memorialize all those folks that you value in your past. And much love to